So on the Thursday I said to him, you like to play in the team? Oh, I said, oh, yeah. I said, okay, you play. And he opened up against Nottingham Forest. He won the game. He scored a goal, made a goal. It was a bit of a fluke the one he scored, but he scored it nevertheless. And that was something, he never was out of the team.
Long kick. John Wimple finding himself under pressure here. Peter Thompson keeping at him. The way back cut off, and it's come straight to John Toshak. Got two men in front. That's Keegan. Keegan with a chance, and he has scored. Kevin Keegan has scored.
It all happened so quick in the first game. It seemed like before we'd even started, it was over, and I'd scored a goal. It wasn't a classic goal. I can remember Peter Thompson, who was a great player, and I wish I could have played more with him. Obviously, he was coming towards the end of his career by the time I joined Liverpool in '71. But he crossed the ball over, and I thought, oh, right in front of the cop it was, and I thought, here it comes, you know. I had a couple of good touches. I'm going to smash this into the top right-hand corner, and I pulled my foot back to give it the good old welly, if you like, and it bobbled off the shin and went in the bottom left, and that was my first goal. It might not be the best goal I've ever scored, but as far as I was always concerned, it was the key goal, because it got me started. It got my name on the score sheet. It took the pressure off. I'd have sort of played 3 or 4 matches and not scored. People would have said, well, he can play a bit, but he doesn't score goals. And it just exploded from there, really.
Toshak's head, and in the net for Keegan. What a player this is. David Nish had his leg popped to kick that off the line, and in came Keegan. Got his studs hooked in the net. We'll see it again. There's the corner from Highway. There's the header, and in comes Keegan. And that roar as we're back live is to welcome him as he returns to the centre circle. His 5th game in the First Division, his 3rd goal.
Well, it's always difficult to go into the 3rd and 4th divisions and pick players with any degree of certainty that they're going to be First Division players. But in Keegan we saw a man who had the one thing that we wanted. Apart from his ability, his natural enthusiasm. And this is the thing that's missing from everybody, natural enthusiasm. Half the world's short of natural enthusiasm. But Kevin Keegan isn't. And that, plus his ability, of course, makes him a player.
So 20 minutes of this game gone without a goal, but a bit more life and promise in it lately as Keegan comes in, number 1! Keegan made that look a lot easier than it was. It was a big sprint for him. Just watch as the long ball comes through, and he's got a big run with a man coming in on him, and he made no mistake at all.
Kevin Keegan on the near post, Toshak behind him. Keegan. Oh, beautifully taken. What a good free kick. And beautifully taken by Kevin Keegan.
Highway. Clark back and giving it to Highway, who keeps it in. Keegan! Keegan lucky to get that rebound off Webb. Toshak. Keegan! Well, that repays the compliment. It starts here with a little exchange of headers. Keegan lucky to get it, but he then gives a good ball out to Toshak, and Toshak shows that he knows how to play across, and Keegan, of course, knows all about putting them away.
Lawler's gone in there. Toshak and Highway are also there, but it's played short this time for Callaghan. Flicked across there, first time! Oh, and Keegan, a wonderful goal! That completely caught Spurs out. Larry Lloyd to Phil Thompson. Highway taking it well on his body. And then sweeping past McDowell, brilliantly there. Keegan! A superb goal! A superb goal for Liverpool. And the little man who's done in the game, Kevin Keegan. Richards, good challenge, and Lloyd gets it though. Oh, he should have let that one go. He's given the free kick to Liverpool. It was a clumsy tackle by Richards. Could have given the advantage. Toshak across the box and Keegan! It's 1-1!
What will Keegan do now against John Osborne? Well, John Osborne really wasn't very far away, although it was put very close to the corner. Thompson. Cormac. Well-directed pass. Back again for Hall. That header's the wrong way. Howard. Keegan. Yes! Poacher extreme. Kevin Keegan just getting there before the goalkeeper to open the scoring. But really, the Newcastle defenders can all look at each other because that all started from the header from the player who came back and headed it towards his goal rather than away in these difficult conditions, and Keegan put it home in the end.
It was here at Anfield that Leeds themselves had locked up the championship 4 years earlier. Revenge was duly taken. The Yorkshire side made a present of the second goal to the magnetic Keegan.
Liverpool got then what they deserved. Beautifully set up. The cross by Lawler, aimed at the man, brought in to win just this sort of ball. Toshak delivered quite beautifully to Keegan. And what about that for a header from Keegan? The goalkeeper wrong-footed, 1-0. Again, it all started with the defence in trouble in the air. Knocked back, Cooks didn't win it cleanly. That's Toshak to Keegan. 2-0, Keegan second.
Uncertainty between Hughes and Thompson. Keegan! Kevin Keegan, the scorer. But that's what happens when you're defending well. One half chance seized on a mistake by Ron Harris. He allowed the ball to run away from him, and Keegan cracked it past Bonetti with no nonsense.
Good turn and a good cross. Cormac. Hunter delaying his clearance. Thompson's shot. Toshak. Beat the wall, Keegan! The pressure paid in the end. Liverpool just battering away, and finally Ipswich fall. The shot by Thompson, half blocked. The cross pushed out by Best and knocked back in by Keegan's diving header for his 4th goal of the season. Highway. Good cross for Keegan's head again. That really was a brilliant goal. Just watch as Highway breaks. He teases Hammond, but as the cross comes over, Keegan brave, getting the angle right as the defender comes in. Superb second goal for Keegan. But Kevin Keegan on a hat-trick here.
Woof! Kevin Keegan's third goal of the game makes Ipswich safe. 4-2 in front. 2.5 minutes over the top, and there are two ways of taking penalties, and this is the power one.
Keegan. Toshak and Highway up. And Keegan shots, and he scored! Kevin Keegan, who got a hat-trick on Saturday, opens the scoring in this League Cup tie. Cutting inside. There were two possible passes on for him, but he tried the left foot and scored with some simplicity.
Cormac. Whitworth. Now Toshak. That's for Keegan. What a goal! What can you say about Kevin Keegan? Toshak saw the setup, the ball was intelligent, and the finish was devastating. Shilton had no hope. Toshak, the initial intelligence to see it was on. Keegan so punishing with his finishing, and appropriately got that because he's the player of this Liverpool attack. And Shanks' army, this Liverpool side, swarming forward now. Hall. Keegan! Goals pay the rent, and Keegan does his share. Newcastle split, they were pulled right across the park, and Keegan found himself with a sort of time and space a striker of his calibre will never waste, or should never waste. And Keegan picked his spot. Smith. And the place seems to be swarming with red shirts. Lindsay. Keegan. Callahan's available behind Keegan. Beautiful ball to Smith. He didn't have to move to get it. Paul to Smith. Highway, Liverpool showing them party pieces. He wasn't offside. Smith. Yes! Keegan second. And Newcastle were undressed. They were absolutely stripped naked. The ball knocked about. A Liverpool movement in which so many players were involved. Highway to Smith. Appeal for offside. Not given. The low, hard cross. So difficult. And Keegan with an empty net. Keegan 2. Highway 1. Liverpool 3. Newcastle not. Toshak. Back for Hall. Keegan! The pictures of despair followed by those of delight. And there they're both together. Liverpool are through. Stoke City are out. And Keegan and Highway, who did it at Wembley last May, have done it at Anfield in January at the start of the defence of the trophy. Ryan Hall. Keegan wanting someone to make a move for him. Nobody is. Now here's Hall. Got 4 to find. Kennedy! Keegan!
And for Keegan, some space around, the 1-2 was beautiful, and Keegan scores for Liverpool. And that was a really lovely move. West Ham at form, I suppose, in the first instance. They allowed first Toshak and then Keegan some space.
But when the two of them then played the 1-2, it was perfectly executed. Keegan got it back, and what a good finish.
Cooper satisfied that that post is covered. And Keegan blasts the shot, and it's in! A really fine free kick by Kevin Keegan, but Paul Cooper will blame himself for it. He had the other post covered, and so he knew that if the ball was coming, that's the way it would come. Keegan ran, hit it, bent it round the wall, and as Cooper went down, got his arms to the ball, but could only push it onto the post. Burley. Toshak. Neil. Callaghan. Smith. Keegan going in. Nothing wrong with that one. The deep cross from Tommy Smith, finding Kevin Keegan's head, as it so often has in the past, and Keegan's header, like a bullet, just inside the far post.
Did well, Coleman. Case back there. The all-round teamwork of Liverpool, again something to admire, and a man over again. Highway with Keegan going inside free. They still haven't picked up Keegan. They have now, but they haven't picked up Toshak. And Lampard did in the end. Kennedy. And there's Keegan again, and he's onside. 4-0. West Ham wide open. A man short, it's true, but really no cover at all there. Liverpool almost able to score when they please. The ball finally knocked back in the middle for Keegan. And he's on the score sheet as well now, and no wonder the two of them, Keegan and Toshak, look so happy.
It's Keegan. Callaghan. Thompson. Smith. Through to Keegan, 2-0. And Toshak threatened then, but I think one of the East Germans touched the ball to Keegan. That was Tommy Smith's cross, and I don't think Toshak touched it. It came off an East German right through to Keegan, who was so definite with his finish.
And Toshak pivots and hits it with his left foot. For Toshak's head, Keegan was already on the move into the box, and he's got it over the keeper's head. Toshak and Keegan, mind-reading again.
Under 15 minutes left, and Liverpool still looking for this vital goal. Chipped up in the box, on by Toshak to Keegan, and the old firm have done it. 1-1, and that will be enough. Look at the delight on those faces of players and spectators.
Played by Hughes to his right. And they almost had time there to close them down, but it's tore wide of the wall, and Jensen, the goalkeeper, hadn't got the gap covered.
Here's Keegan.
Johnson for Keegan in the middle, and that's it. That's what it's all about.
Highway. Hughes. Keegan! And we've reached the same score as last season, with a really fine left foot effort by Kevin Keegan. Highway doing the teasing, Hughes with space to make the cross, and Keegan turning it with his left in one flowing movement. I wonder what little plot was being cooked up there. Callaghan will attempt to put it into execution, and very nearly succeeded. Keegan does! Hallelujah! The free kick taken by Callaghan, nodded back across goal, and lashed in by Kevin Keegan for his 8th goal of the season. 10 men in a line for Oldham now. A 5-man wall and everybody else level with them. 6 men in the wall now. Platt still not absolutely satisfied about it. Toshak on the end of the wall. And it's Keegan! It was certainly a costly foul. They took a long time to make the wall, and there was still some anxious pointing going on as Jimmy Case ran up, dummied over the ball, and Keegan drilled it through the hole. An atmosphere here tonight matching the wall of noise which surrounded the players at St Etienne a fortnight ago. Keegan. Djokovic has missed it! Three-quarter minutes gone, the corner comes to Keegan, he clips it across, the goalkeeper had time but was badly positioned off his line, and it's 1-1 on aggregate. Fairclough. Kennedy up well, Keegan! Highways corner. Header by Donachie right across the box. Case puts it back for the second time. Hughes is up there. Keegan! Well, Willie Donachie will ask himself about that header. Peculiar glancing back header right across the face of the goal. Jimmy Case had 2 goes at planting it back in. Hughes had 1 header, Keegan the second, and Joe Corrigan got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out.
Highway on the break. Johnson just coming short. Only Keegan in the box. Johnson's run and shots, good save! Keegan! Delight and relief for Liverpool. And David Johnson, who came in today for Fairclough, just underlines that when Liverpool bring players into the side, they always seem to do so with effect. That was a good run by him, the left foot shot beaten out by Rimmer, and Keegan, the super optimist, was on hand to make it 2-0 with 76 minutes gone.
Kennedy. Here's Waddle going in, and that was awkward for the goalkeeper, and it's off the bar, and Keegan! 3-0. Kevin Keegan mopping up after Waddle had done the work. The long, deep cross, the goalkeeper going up, Waddle up with him, and Waddle's head off the crossbar, and Keegan, that snapper up of trifles, snaps up another one. Keegan. And Johnson getting in before Hunter. Kennedy. Johnson again, with room now for a cross. Towards Keegan's head and meeting it. What a lovely goal! When Johnson took the second pass, he had time to measure the cross, and Keegan had found 2 yards space away from Mills, and he judged the header to perfection.